Welcome to The Culture. We rest at the pulse of the community, providing all things news, media, fashion, events, and everything that we talk about in between. Documenting our Black powerful history and amplifying our Black voices, one interview at a time. We are The Culture.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of The Culture. I'm your host, Jessica Garrett, and I'm so happy to be here. We have with us Anthony Hamilton.
Good to be here.
Good to
How are you,
have
Miss Jessica?
you. I am doing well.
Good to see you
Now,
again.
fun fact to you, the audience, Anthony Hamilton was the second person that we've ever interviewed on this podcast. At that time, you put your book out.
Yeah.
It was the recipe.
Cornbread fish and collard greens.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes. So
Yeah.
it's a pleasure to have you back.
Good to be back.
You're in town for the Nomi Music Festival.
Absolutely.
Is this your first Nomi?
I think it's my first.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so. I think so.
Well,
I'm excited
Miami?
about it. So, but it's not my first time in Miami.
No, definitely
far,
not.
yeah.
Well, I can tell you this. The Nomi Music Festival crowd is excited
Wow.
about you being
glad,
here
I'm
in
glad.
Miami.
Yeah.
Now, with things that you have done in your past, like Charlene,
Yeah.
Giving You the Best of Me,
Yes.
they're classics. How were you able to create a song that is still a staple in rotation right now?
You know, it's something that you don't try. I think it's one of those things like when God bless you with something, it's yours. And the timing, I think the timing that those same songs came out was very pivotal in it being important enough or not. And so, yeah, I just sang my heart out and try to speak about something that's really real, like relationships, heartbreak and pain and joy and all that stuff. And I think people resonate with what you talk about.
Now, your voice is instantly recognizable.
Yeah.
We know that because you were on the radio and people calling in. I know that voice. It's raw, it's soulful.
I got whooping, so I know how to holler.
Where did that signature sound come from?
You know what? I just think like church, being around church and my uncles and the people who I saw singing back then. You know, you kind of want to mimic what you were inspired by, and those are the voices that I heard. Yeah.
Did you grow up listening also to like the Marvin Gaye's?
Al Green, Marvin Gaye, Joe Cocker, Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight, like anything that was great. I was attracted to it musically,
Who are some of the artists that have influenced you in your style?
Wow.
And
I think Bill Withers a lot, Johnny Guitar Watson, Jodeci, all the greats, the young greats and the old greats. So
young greats. Who are some of the new artists?
oh, wow, some of the new artists. I love her. I love what she's doing. I love Giveon. I like Lucky Day. BJ Chicago Kid. I love him. I think he's talented. Ro James. Who else I like a lot? Jasmine Sullivan is a problem. She's a problem. I used to watch her, man. I used to go to Philly and watch her when she was like 11 or 12. So she had to have her parents with her in the nightclub. And she was just in there singing her face off at 11 and 12 years old.
Now
She's
your
still a
sound-
problem.
She is still a problem. Your sound has been a testament to a few decades. Is there any type of recipe that you can credit to how you've been able to sustain your longevity in the industry?
I think being truthful, honest, and raw. I think that's what's gotten me this far. When people were dressing up and putting on silky shirts and trying to be perfect, I let my facial hair and my hair grow out how it did, and I never apologized to anybody about it. So I think my music being as raw as it is, and me as a person being as open and honest with myself, I think people like, you know what, whoever this guy is, he's pretty solid in himself. So I might as well give him a listen.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that has a lot to do with it.
And you have, throughout your career, you've worked with Joe Scott, Nas,
Tupac,
Al Green.
Drake, the Gorillas, Johnny Lang, Josh Turner, man, who else? Yeah, I won a Grammy with Al Green.
Nice.
So I was like, man, this Grammy is not even mine. I can't even claim it. It's for my family because
Right.
they all love Al Green.
Now, is there anyone else you want to work with?
You know what, man? I miss B.B. King by a few years, man. I wish I could have worked with him. But if I can get in with D'Angelo, that would be great.
Wow.
I think he's so talented. I have one with John Legend that we haven't put out yet.
Oh.
It's beautiful. Oh my God, it's
Nice.
a game changer.
Heard it here first. I love it.
So waiting to put that out.
Nice.
Had one with Jacquees is really really dope as well.
Ooh.
You know, I mean, the king of R&B.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta get to it. Yeah.
Nice.
But he's a sweetheart. So he's a really not sweetheart like that. But
I get it.
he's a nice guy,
Right.
kind spirit. And yeah, that's a lot. Mary J. Blige is another person I would like to work with. Jasmine as well. And man, so many people, so many. Kanye, I love Kanye. I don't care what y'all say. Old Kanye, new Kanye.
Come, Kanye.
Come on back
Come on,
home.
Kanye.
Come on back
Come home.
man. We celebrated our parents. We had some kind of organization that was celebrating our parents. It was Kanye's mother, Will Smith, mine, Ludacris, Alicia Keys, one other person. It was forgot the name of the organization, but they did it in Charlotte. And you know, I met Miss Donda, and such a powerful woman.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, R&B has gone through a number of transitions.
Has it?
How do you feel about the genre today?
I can appreciate it. I can because I'm into growth. I'm into elevating and changing. I think that's okay. But I do think that I think in the conversation that we're having in the music, I think it's moving a little fast for the younger demographic, the younger listeners. Hold back some of the sex and talk about more romance and relationship, I think. Yeah, and drugs. They talk about a lot of drugs, a lot. So it's okay. I mean, we've all experimented with whatever we experiment with, but I don't think the radio's a place to put it out. Yeah. But there's some talent.
Yeah.
Absolutely, there's some talented people.
So over your years, how has your personal experiences in life and growth shaped your music? Are there any topics or things that you have shared in your music that were true?
Absolutely. Divorce, being divorced and, getting I had a little run-in with the law. But for the most part, I stay out the way. I think at that, I wasn't my strongest, my best self in those moments. And so, I don't mind writing about it. It's who I am. It doesn't make me a terrible person. It's just, something I went through. So, yeah, it's in there.
Now, you mentioned Jacquees, John Legend. This is music that you have coming out that we have
will
not
be coming
heard.
out. No, y'all haven't heard it.
Okay, so when are we going to hear the music, Anthony? I mean, your fans are on pins and needles.
When it's coming out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly, but I'm on time. The climate is very, very sensitive.
It
so
is.
you have to pay attention in where people are. I think with all the voting and the, presidential, all that stuff, people are still kind of numb. So wait for people to get settled back into their lives, and then you give it to them there. Yeah, because now it's still a lot of noise residue. So I think if you time it right, it'll be right.
When people look back at your career, what do you want them to remember you as?
I want them to say that's a good dude right there. He was a good daddy. He loved the Lord and he loved his kids. Yeah. He's just a good man. Matter of fact, and one who loved the people. I love the people. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's what it is.
Anything else you want to leave the culture family with?
Continue to vote and cheer us on because we are absolutely perfect. Black, proud, bold, creative, and powerful. And so continue to champion that because it's absolutely working.
Thank you, Anthony, for joining us. And
Thank
thank you, Culture Family, for tuning in. Check out another edition of My Two Cents tonight at 6 p.m. And I will catch you the next week. Thank you.
The Culture is produced and owned by Hip Rockstar Media and is distributed by the Culture Media Group. It cannot be reproduced or broadcast without written consent. All rights reserved. 2023.